student body. For membership information, look for them up on the web at rockfordymca.com. For the Rockford IceHogs, they'll turn to Colin Delia in goal. It'll be his 17th appearance of the year. Adam Clendenning and Luke Snuggerud will start on defense with Matthew Highmore, Henrik Samuelson, and Luke Johnson. On the Hershey Bears side, Vitek Vanacek in goal for them. Lucas Johansson, on the backside with Colby Williams, Tyler Gravevac, Wayne Simpson, and Nathan Walker. They're starting a forward unit. And the Hershey Bears get things started with an offensive zone push. They broke it on in and waked their way around the net of Colin Delia. And IceHogs dodge one here early. Just 30 seconds into the opening contest. They'll bring it out right to left. The IceHogs skating here in the first period at Giants Center. Adam Clendenning, left wing side. He'll find this one down to the near corner. Now backhands it around for Tyler Sakura. Sakura could not hold on to this one behind the net. And Wayne Simpson will pick this one up for the Bears. Simpson up the right wing near wall. He'll get it out to center. John Hayden right there is on it. For the IceHogs, he'll dump it right back in. Again, first ever visit for the IceHogs here in this building. Second and final meeting between these two clubs. Hershey was in Rockford back in late October, and the IceHogs, who got off to a wonderful start to this season, Patrick, they would hand the Hershey Bears a pretty solid 5-0 loss, but we were talking about it off the air. For teams to be competitive, it seems like they have to be on a winning streak, much like what Hershey is at this time of year, 5-game winning streak for them, just with how competitive all the divisions have become.
Absolutely. You look at the North Division, and every one of those teams has had these long runs where they put together 5-6 wins at a clip, and they're all still bunched up. So if you're not doing that, you're going to be in a real tough spot this time of the year.
Offensive zone face-off for the IceHogs to the left side of goaltender Vitek Vanacek, prospect of the Washington Capitals, the NHL affiliation with the Hershey Bears. Vanacek's numbers 9-7-1, 2 shutouts, 2.79 goals against average, and an 89.2 save percentage. Early stages of this opening period. IceHogs back inside their defensive zone off a quick dump. Colin Delia to play it right wing side for Cody Franson. He'll get it out to center ice, but right there is Liam O'Brien. For the Bears, he'll dump this one right back on in. Zach Sill along the near boards trying to handle this one for Hershey. He'll angle it back behind the net. Garrett Mitchell will come up with it in the left wing corner. Fans over top of the puck, and Cody Franson with the easy turnover. He'll guide it out to center ice for Andreas Martinson. Early stages in this one, maybe a little bit of a feeling out process between these two clubs. For the IceHogs, they saw that a lot last night to begin this little 2-game road trip through the state of Pennsylvania. They squared off against the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins for the first time ever, and Wilkes-Barre really didn't show any adjustment period was needed as they would go on to hand the IceHogs a 6-3 setback. And now Rockford looking for their first win on the road in their last 5 contests, so a bit of a 5-game skid rolling on the road coming into tonight's matchup. For the Bears, back in the offensive zone, left to right, they're working it. They get a clean look along the left wing boards. That was Travis Boyd, their top point producer. He's got 41 points, 27 assists. And Patrick, I feel like we're going to be talking about him quite a bit tonight, as well as Riley Barber, their leading goal scorer at 17 tallies. Chris Bork, overall point producer. He went on to Team USA over in Pyeongchang, not in the lineup tonight for Hershey. He will be back to work with this club coming up this week. So the IceHogs having to deal with both Boyd and Barber, not to mention Nathan Walker on a nice 3-game point streak for Hershey. So some players to keep an eye on here tonight. Well, the Bears left wing side trying to stretch the puck out from their own defensive zone, and will go down for an icing call. Just 3 minutes gone here in the first period.
Hershey, when you look at the way it was 3 weeks ago, Chris Bork was leaving. Losses were piling up at that point. They had just gotten really taken care of by Charlotte. They bring in Joe Whitney in a trade with Hartford. Really kind of seemed to spark things, turn things around a little bit. Been on this nice 5-game run here in the last week or 2.
And again, their longest of this season. And again, they had a bit of a couple of rush stretches throughout the year. Just 1 win in their first 7 games to start this season for Hershey, and then they went on a stretch of just 1 win over 9 games, and that was right before this 5-game run that they have been on. So those 2 rocky patches are what has Hershey down at the bottom of the Atlantic Division. And of course the IceHogs, they can certainly relate as they're trying to get the game's opening marker. Puck centered up for Matthew Highmore, and he gets a quality look as Luke Johnson found him below the goal line, and Vitek Vanacek, the goaltender for the Bears, came up with a nice scrambling save. The rebound taken away, and Hershey will just bring it out to center and dump it on into the offensive zone. Line changes for both sides. 16:23 to go in the first, no score. IceHogs leading in shots 5-3 as Hershey trying to bring it back into the offensive zone. Here's Grayback, right wing, overskates the puck. It'll get kicked back out to center. And taking it there will be Colby Williams. Williams, second-year pro out of Regina, trying to steer this one back behind the net of Colin Delia. Cody Franzen will pick it up on the backhand for the IceHogs. Franzen out of the near corner, turns the puck over. Bears are all over it. They have it right up the middle of the ice. Wayne Simpson is going to draw a penalty here, and this is going to be an infraction going against the IceHogs and Cody Franzen. No argument from the veteran NHLer, a slashing call. He gave a couple of solid whacks to the side of Wayne Simpson in the game's opening power play. Belongs to Hershey. Now, Patrick, I know you haven't seen the IceHogs a whole lot. You've seen them on video, but now live in person. The IceHogs special teams has been a bit of a thorn in the side of this group, both on the offensive side on the power play and the PK. They allowed the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins to go 1-for-1 last night, and then you go back to the previous weekend, San Antonio went 3-for-3. So the IceHogs had not been able to clear up a power play in their previous 4 chances, and that had them slip down to the bottom of the American Hockey League, entering tonight at 75.9%, 5-for-5 in terms of power play goals against on chances over their last 2 games. So Cody Franzen here early in this one takes a slashing call, and Hershey, their man advantage. They sit 17th in the American Hockey League. Will try and get things set up off the face-off to the right side of Delia, but the IceHogs will come away with it and quickly clear. Hershey taking their time in their own zone. Here's Boyd to bring it out. Left to right, the Bears have it. On to Riley Barber. Those two, the big-time point producers and goal scorers for this Hershey group. They'll angle it back behind the net for Nathan Walker. Walker lost a handle on it, taken away by Gustav Forsling, and Forsling will easily get the clear. Minute 13 left on the penalty kill here for Rockford in the early stages of this one. Hershey trying to hurry this one back out to center, left wing side. They'll throw it into the far corner. Back to retrieve Forsling once again. He'll rim it up the near wall, out of the reach of Highmore, and collected at the blue line by defenseman Aaron Ness. Ness to the top of the right circle. He's got Boyd again. Back to Ness. Those two continue to play catch. Boyd to Ness at the point. Walks to the middle. Back to Boyd. Right wing circle. Sends it to the middle of the ice. No opportunity available for Riley Barber. He gives it back to Boyd at the right circle. Now on to Barber for a one-timer. Broken up by Matthew Highmore. Had some assistance. Luke Johnson on the scene with Darrin Raddish. And it ends up rolling on out to center ice. Hershey right wing side. Trying to force this one back into the offensive zone. They get held up just inside the blue line. Matthew Highmore alongside with Tyler Sakura give a couple of whacks to a fallen member of the Bears. That was Ness. Down on his stomach, had the puck underneath him, and that's what brings the whistle, and a face-off will come out to center. 23 seconds left on the penalty kill here for the IceHogs, and it's kind of amazing to see what special teams have become now, especially over these past couple of seasons. The development league, the development process, you see a lot of percentages fluctuate, but for the Rockford IceHogs for the longest time, they've been able to put that aside and score 5-on-5. Usually if you're good in one category or another, you tend to shoot up towards the standings.
All things considered, considering 30th on the PK, 30th on the power play, being in playoff contention like they are is a little bit surprising for most teams, but like you said, if you can handle things 5-on-5, you can overcome some of that special teams, but they do need to definitely improve upon that if they really want to be a contender here.
Rockford able to kill off the remaining few seconds of the Cody Franzen slashing call. Luke Snuggerud sitting back inside his own zone, allows Franzen to join the play, goes out to center ice, and now he'll just head off for a change after a quick touch. Luke Snuggerud and Adam Clendenning paired up on the back end. Scratched for the IceHogs tonight. Victor Svedberg comes out of the lineup. Second time he has been scratched. Robin Noel jumps back in. He was the healthy scratch for the IceHogs last night out of Wilkes-Barre Scranton. William Peltier, right wing side, sends his one over to Darrin Raddish at the point. He just got across the blue line and elected to turn and fire. That one goes way over top of the crossbar and rattles around the wall. Bears will get it back out to center. IceHogs trying to quickly jump back onto this one. Back in the offensive zone, Chris DiDomenico. His second game in his return to the IceHogs organization, 2010 to 2012. He was with them, went overseas a little bit, and then he returned. He was with the Belleville organization. You mentioned you saw them, and they picked him up in a trade. Ottawa and Chicago, the NHL clubs. Billy Poco went the other direction. And DiDomenico in his first game last night found the back of the net in the 6-3 loss to the Penguins. IceHogs from the right side, wrist shot in on Vanacek, and he holds on long enough to get a whistle. That puck was free, though. It ends up coming loose, and we have ourselves an official's timeout on the ice. So we will step aside here from a Giant Center for a quick moment. Joseph Zakshesky with you. Happy to have Patrick Williams from NHL.com joining us. No score. IceHogs and Bears. You're listening and watching Rockford IceHogs hockey on the IceHogs Broadcast Network.
For all your shopping needs, stop by Oink Outfitters, located inside the BMO Harris Bank Center. Oink Outfitters is open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday and 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. Fans can also shop online anytime on IceHogs.com.
Become a fan of the IceHogs on Facebook at facebook.com/Rockford IceHogs. Join our conversation on Twitter at twitter.com/GoIceHogs and follow us on Instagram at instagram.com/Rockford IceHogs.
For all the latest news and videos on your Rockford IceHogs, visit the official website home, IceHogs.com. Fans can also purchase tickets and merchandise or visit the IceHogs social media channels. That's IceHogs.com. Looking to grow your business and support the Forest City community? The IceHogs can help. Become a partner with the IceHogs this season and celebrate victories on and off the ice. Visit IceHogs.com or call 815-986-6465. Looking to grow your business and support the Forest City community? The IceHogs can help. Become a partner with the IceHogs this season and celebrate.
Back inside Giant Center here in Hershey, Pennsylvania, the Rockford IceHogs. And Hershey Bears closing out their two-game series this evening. Joseph Zakshesky, happy to have you along. Alongside Patrick Williams here. No score in this one. The IceHogs successfully killed off the game's very first power play as Cody Franson was off for a slashing call, so the Bears go 0 for 1. Right to left, the IceHogs working with the puck here in this first period of play, but they turn the puck over in their defensive zone. Williams for the Bears, right wing point. Wrist shot deflected out in front of netminder Colin Delia. And the loose puck taken away. Flipping it out to center ice will be Henrik Samuelsson. Samuelsson, left wing, gets it to the attacking blue line, but the Bears will quickly spin it back the other direction. 11:56 to go in the first period. No score. Bit of a feeling out process with the IceHogs. They'll skip this one down to the right wing boards. It'll end up angling in on Vitek Vanacek. Will hold on tight for the Hershey Bears, and we'll sit back for defensive zone face-off. Again, Patrick, you've seen this Hershey Bears group a lot, and this is the first time this organization has really had to embrace the developmental style of the American Hockey League. This is an organization that has been around for a very long time. 80th anniversary year. You see all of the Calder Cup banners hanging from the rafters here at Giant Center. 11-time Calder Cup champion, but this is a bit of a different tune for a lot of fans here.
It is. It's an affiliation since 2005 that's produced 5 trips to the Calder Cup, 3 of them championships. It's always kind of been a real emphasis here on winning, not necessarily on development, at least from the Hershey perspective. It's a proud fan base, a proud team front office here they have. So it is definitely an adjustment. It's keeping in, though, with the way the AHL is going these days.
Puck out at center ice. Luke Snuggerud has it for the IceHogs. Left wing trying to chip it ahead. Nathan Noel in a bit of a shoving match. He and Tyler Lewington jostling right between both benches. Lewington, 103 penalty minutes this year. He leads the Hershey Bears. Last year with this group had 142, so he's not afraid to throw his weight around a little bit. And Nathan Noel, last couple of games, has played the role of an agitator quite well for this Rockford group. Well, Wayne Simpson for the Bears right wing side trying to get this one into the offensive zone. Skips over his stick, and Andreas Martinson will get it on the turnabout. Nearly halfway through one period of action, no score. IceHogs leading in shots 8-3. But the Bears have been opportunistic. Here's Wayne Simpson again. Drops this one off middle of the ice. Wrist shot coming. That was Ness jumping up into the play. It gets blocked. Never quite made its way on to Colin Delia. John Hayden bringing it back out to center ice. Hayden left wing side. Throws it across. Ends up getting turned over by Gainsley. Tip out in front of Colin Delia on a quick snapshot. That one knocked down and out to the blue line it goes. Aaron Ness with it. He'll go across to the right wing point for Connor Hobbs. Ridge shot once again. Delia having to find this one through heavy traffic. On to Travis Boyd below the goal line. Boyd scampers out to the far corner. Now goes across the ice to Hobbs at the right wing point. Hobbs wrist shot off the outside shin pads of Anthony Lewis, but the Bears continue the pressure. Hobbs will get it back after some quick passing. Right wing point fires, and that one hit off his own man, and Joe Whitney camped out on top of the crease. You mentioned Whitney coming over in a deal with the Hartford Wolfpack, trying to keep this one moving along. And he's actually going to help draw a penalty here. Another power play coming to the Bears. But to finish that thought, Joe Whitney and Adam Chappie coming over in the deal with Hartford as Hershey shaking things up a little bit. Both of them just a handful of games. Whitney already contributing offensively, and he's going to see his Hershey Bears go back on the power play. Gustav Forsling will head off for a tripping call, and we have ourselves another officials timeout on the ice. We'll break away for another moment. 9:46 to go in the first period. No score. Hogs and Bears. You're listening and watching Rockford IceHogs hockey on the IceHogs Broadcast Network.
We want your ballerinas, cheer squads, martial arts demonstrations, youth hockey, and choirs all to perform during our games at the BMO Harris Bank Center. Visit IceHogs.com or call 815-986-6465.
The Rockford IceHogs have a ticket plan to fit your schedule. Season seats, mini plans, premium suites, and more are available for you to choose from. Save money off web fees, face price, and even learn how to get parking included. Visit IceHogs.com to see all the great benefits and sign up, or give us a call at 815-986-6465.
For all the latest news and videos on your Rockford IceHogs, visit the official website home, IceHogs.com. Fans can also purchase tickets and merchandise or visit the IceHogs social media channels. That's IceHogs.com.
Become a fan of the IceHogs on Facebook at Facebook.com/Rockford IceHogs. Join our conversation on Twitter at Twitter.com/Go IceHogs, and follow us on Instagram at Instagram.com/Rockford IceHogs. 9:46 to go in the opening period. No score between the Rockford IceHogs and Hershey Bears. IceHogs on the penalty kill, and Matthew Highmore shorthanded bursts out of his own zone and comes barreling down the right side. Wrist shot fought off with the right pad of Vitek Vanacek, and the Bears will regroup from there. Tripping against Gustav Forsling puts Hershey on their second power play of the contest. They are 0 for 1. 9.5 to play in this first period. The Bears just the 5 shots on goal. Rockford able to put 9 on Vanacek, with Matthew Highmore chiming in with the most recent look. Tied for 9th among rookies in points, tied for 3rd in goals. But right now trying to kill off or help kill off this PK now. IceHogs able to get a change there, but the Bears setting up shop in the offensive zone. Here's Ness at the right wing point. He'll go on to Lucas Johansson, the first round selection of Washington back in 2016 out of Kelowna. He'll go back to the blue line and now over to the right wing circle for Wayne Simpson. Simpson to the top of the dot. He's got Dustin Gaisley. Quick pass returns to Simpson at the dot. On to Ness, middle of the ice, high slot. Richter coming, and that one blocked out in front of Colin Delia. Delia having to make a couple of stops as it does sneak through skates, and the IceHogs able to get it on the 3rd rebound and get the clear away. 43 seconds left on the penalty kill. IceHogs putting on a little forechecking here. William Peltier able to steal the puck away shorthanded. He'll just get it back out into his own defensive zone, and Adam Clendenning is going to send this one high in the air and down the length of the ice. It is going to go straight to the protective netting, and a delay of game call against the IceHog blue liner, and that will make it a 5-on-3 power play for the Bears. Just a tough mental break there for the Rockford IceHogs. Clendenning had all the time in the world he wanted, and he sent it high, but a little too high. The 9-iron he dug out and put it out of play.
No, you don't see that every game, but it's a chance for Rockford to shut down Hershey's power play. Hershey's power play is middle-of-the-road type power play. If you notice, though, they'll work the puck to the left side a lot. That's usually Chris Bort's home, but Joe Whitney's been there, Lucas Johansson, so you'll see that a lot tonight.
So 5-on-3 for a little under half a minute, and it's chances 2 and 3 on the power play here for the IceHogs. Hershey at the far circle, go across for Whitney, wrist shot, that one tipped in front of Delia, puck tied up, and trying to get a piece of it there was Riley Barber, just could not get his stick free, and the IceHogs will catch a break and clear it away. Good rebound off the pads of Colin Delia. You mentioned Whitney, he was camped out on top of that right circle, and he was primed and ready to shoot. 5-on-4, or 5-on-3 becomes a 5-on-4. Out of the box was Gustav Forsling. So the Bears will drop to 0 for 2, and the IceHogs will continue to battle along the right wing and now come away short-handed. Highmore backhander, he scores! Short-handed goal for the IceHogs. Matthew Highmore from John Hayden opens up the game, scoring And Rockford fights off that power play. And they've gotten a couple of shorthanded pushes so far in this first period. And Highmore able to take the rebound off the right pad on a shot from Hayden and send in his team leading 21st of the season. And that 21st is now a new rookie single season mark for the Rockford IceHogs. As he passes Tanner Carroll, again a scratch this evening, did not make the trip to Pennsylvania, so congratulations to Matthew Highmore. And big players need to make big things, and Highmore able to do it shorthanded.
He really did, and I really like John Hayden's work there, coming down the right side there, fought through a couple checks in the neutral zone, got the puck over the blue line, put it on net, and that's never a bad thing. Matthew Highmore there to punch in the rebound. So nice change of fortunes there for Rockford.
6:50 to go in the opening period. 1-0 IceHogs as Matthew Highmore shorthanded, able to power one through with the assist from John Hayden. 25 seconds still remaining on the penalty kill for the Hogs, with Adam Clendenning in the box for a delay of game. 12:35 the time of the tally. And Rockford, for the first time in a little while, opening up the game scoring when they do so. Record of 15-5, 0-2 as again Highmore, his 21st of the year, now passing Tanner Carroll for the most goals in IceHog history scored by a rookie. And Carroll able to hit that 20-goal mark only a couple of seasons ago, so a short-lived record. Hershey left wing trying to dump the puck back into the offensive zone. Left to right, they're skating, hits off a body, and it'll deflect up and out of play. Power play just came to a close, and now the Bears 0 for 3. The IceHogs, Patrick, playing with fire a little bit, something that they've done a lot of here in recent history, but able to come away with not only killing off 3 straight power plays, but picking up that shorthanded marker.
And that can shift the momentum here. They have their penalty kill has been an issue this season. They kill off 3 penalties here in the first 13 minutes of play. Can get their own shorthanded goal as well. So it's a little something to build on. I found out with Hershey, seeing them this season, if you can get them down early, they can get dispirited rather easily. So it's a nice start here for Rockford.
So 1-0 IceHogs. Off the face-off at center, Rockford will dump it down. That'll be an icing call going against him. So that'll pull everything back towards netminder Colin Delia. Delia, record of 8-6-2, 3.06 goals against average, and an 89.0 save percentage. Last in net last weekend on Sunday, 25 saves in a 4-3 win over San Antonio. He's done quite well for the IceHogs in recent history, Patrick. 7-2-2 in his last 11 games. And before he actually signed with the Chicago Blackhawks this past summer, he was a part of the Hershey Bears and Washington Capitals organization with development camp out in June.
Yeah, it's a nice opportunity he found for himself. He made a little bit of a home here for himself in Rockford. Found an opportunity with Glass and Berube kind of switching spots with Corey Crawford out. It opens up a door for him, and he's walked right through and taken advantage of it.
He was quick to give credit and thank the Washington Capitals organization for really kind of pushing him out the door, coming out of college with Merrimack. So now making himself quite a nice home. And you mentioned with Jeff Glass and JF Berube. How about Berube's performance last night for the Chicago Blackhawks? 42 saves in his first start on the season, and almost I don't want to call it a must-win game, but a must-win game for the Hawks and a victory over San Jose.
Absolutely. It just goes to show you the fine line between the NHL and the AHL. Guys that play down here can often go up there, and we saw Jeff Glass early on when he went up there. He did a similarly nice job. So you always want depth at every position if you're an NHL team.
5:20 to go in the opening period. 1-0 IceHogs. Rockford has it in the offensive zone. Luke Snuggerud from the left point, wrist shot. In and out of the pads of Vitek Vanacek. Delayed call coming here. It's going to be against Hershey. Delio is starting to creep his way off the net, and it's going to be a slashing call going against the Bears. And the IceHog power play will go to work for the very first time tonight. IceHogs in the man advantage last night against Wilkes-Barre Scranton. They went 1 for 4. Chris DiDomenico found the back of the net there as he would grab his first goal with the IceHogs this season. And overall, DiDomenico, that'll be his 7th on the year as his point totals carried over from Belleville and a little bit of time with Syracuse. Face-off will be to the left-hand side of Vanacek, Czech Republic native. third-year pro, second rounder of Washington back in 2014. He and Phoenix Copley have kind of been going 1-2 so far this season. Copley, he was in action last night in the victory over Hartford. 21 saves. That was his 30th appearance on the year. IceHogs setting up on the man advantage. Here's John Hayden, left wing circle near wall. Throws a wrist shot, looking for a deflection, won't get one, and Venire will hold on tight. Venire last year, 18-10-7 record with the Bears. 39 games played, 2.54 goals against average, .909 save percentage. Pretty good record there. And then actually got his start down in the ECHL. The South Carolina Stingrays had the second best goals against average on the season and fourth best save percentage. So that pretty much shot him up the ranks in the Capitals organization rather quickly. Draw will be to the right side. Only a few seconds ticked off the power play clock for the IceHogs. Off on that slashing call, Jonas Siegenthaler. IceHogs will control it. Here's John Hayden again, left wing circle. Scampers into the near corner, weighs his options, sees Tyler Sakura around, but Hayden will take it to the top of the dot. Now curl around in search of a shot, puts it into shin pads, and it'll bang its way on out to center ice. Cody Franzen will collect it back at his own blue line. Franzen hands this one over, gives it onto the stick of Chris DiDomenico to Anthony Lewis. Lewis onto William Peltier just over the blue line. Hurries off a wrist shot, blocked. Coming right back to Franzen at the left wing point. Goes to the top of the near circle. He's got Peltier, puts it further down the wall for Lewis. Lewis out to the far wing, cross ice pass. And to the blue line, Gustav Forsling just could not hold on to it. Forsling on to Anthony Lewis. Comes in off the boards. Bears giving him a lot of space to work with around the perimeter. And now down to the right wing corner without any contest to William Peltier. 43 seconds left on the power play. Forsling to Peltier across the ice. Franzen a one-timer, didn't get all of it. Ends up on goal. Venire to save. Rebound pushed up the near wall, but not out. Good keep by Chris DiDomenico to cover for Cody Franzen. Middle of the ice for Forsling. Wrist shot. That one off of shin pads and redirects down to the near corner. IceHogs trying to knock it free. 20 seconds left on the power play. Also trying to change out some defensemen. Adam Clendenning, left wing circle. He's going to fake it. Now give it over to the Luke Snuggerud. A one-timer and a left pad save. Sliding is Venire. On to Anthony Lewis. Lewis fires and a glove save by Venire, and he'll hold on tight. Great 1-2 sequence there. As Adam Clendenning, he faked the shot knowing Snuggerud was going to curl around and get a clean look at that far circle and a marvelous split stave to start the sequence.
Well, he teed it up nicely. You could kind of see that shot coming from 2 or 3 seconds away, but I like the power play there, Rockford. I think they're moving the puck well. Their rotation looks good. They look like a team playing with some confidence on the power play. And when you're 30th, you need all the confidence you can find.
Faceoff will come to the right-hand side of Vitek Venire. Anthony nail in the head right there. Patrick, IceHogs power play slipped down to 13.7% last American Hockey League. Taking on a Bears PK that's in the top 10. They are 8th at 83.5. This faceoff will be controlled by the Bears. They'll squeak it out to center. Power play comes to a close, all in one swift motion. And Graovac will handle this one for Hershey. Graovac in the offensive zone. Goes over to Walker at the right wing circle. Hurried off a shot. And the pass was a little bit behind him, so the shot off angle. And Rockford will take it up the right wing and bring it on out to center ice. 2:48 to go in the first period. 1-0 IceHogs. Matthew Highmore, about a dozen minutes into the game, gets a short-handed goal to give the IceHogs the lead. We're going to get ourselves a scrap out at center ice. IceHogs were looking to break it through, and now Luke Johnson is going to drop the gloves. He's going to go shoulder to shoulder with Nathan Walker. Two unlikely individuals to drop the gloves, and Johnson's going to go with them. Walker connects first with a couple of body shots. Johnson comes over top of the right of his own, and then Walker gets one more before Johnson loses his balance and heads on down. So how about that? Nathan Walker, more known for his point production, as is Luke Johnson, but decides I need to try and turn this momentum around and take it away from the IceHogs. So those two go at it. And for the IceHogs, that's just their 7th major penalty on this season. You got to go back almost 2 months the last time they would drop the gloves. You talk about fighting starting to make its way out the door in hockey, but Luke Johnson was ready to rumble against Nathan Walker.
7 fights used to be a typical weekend in the AHL not too long ago. So, as you can, 2 months, that's a real change from what this league was even maybe 5 years ago.
John Hayden had the last fight for the IceHogs, and that was back when he just was sent down from Chicago to Rockford. And now Hayden tonight is game number 19 with the IceHogs. So again, you got to go back several months the last time the IceHogs would drop the gloves. So Luke Johnson and Nathan Walker out at center ice and well away from the play. Comes here late in the first period. Got the crowd fired up with the IceHogs trying to settle back in. And Nathan Noel actually through center will bring the puck in offside. So that'll bring us to stoppage. 2:04 to go in the first. 1-0 IceHogs. And head coach Jeremy Colleton during one of the more recent Hog Talks out at Vintage 501 back in Rockford, Illinois. A fan asked him, why is there less fighting? It seems like we're less likely to drop the gloves and maybe settle a disagreement or maybe try and swing momentum. And he was quick to say that he supports it if the timing is right and it has a place in where the game is being played. As Rockford off this face-off brings it into the offensive zone. Tyler Sakura gets a great pass from John Hayden and gets a backhander in front of Vitek Vanacek, makes the save. But he said that this is a team that if anyone goes off for 5 minutes, that's going to be a major loss to this group. And Luke Johnson, much like Nathan Walker, both of them known for their point production and what they can do in the offensive side. They're out for the next 5 minutes. John Hayden trying to keep this offensive push alive for the IceHogs here late in the opening period. Fans over top of the puck and taken away by Zach Sill. He'll bring it on out to the neutral zone. Sill left wing boards. We'll dump this one all the way down to the right wing corner. Colin Delia will stay put. IceHogs back to grab it. And out to center ice for Cody Franzen. Franzen right wing delivers a healthy hit. That was to Jonas Siegenthaler. And another penalty is going to be going against the IceHogs. A roughing call against Cody Franzen. And Siegenthaler is not a hard body to throw down, but Franzen made it look rather easy. Franzen 6'5", 227. Siegenthaler 6'3", 206. So some bigger bodies out there on the ice, and Franzen just gave him that extra shot, and that what draws what will be the 4th power play here for the Bears in the opening period. 1:06 left. IceHogs up 1-0 on a shorthanded goal from Matthew Highmore. They've gotten a couple of shorthanded chances here tonight, Patrick, but not sure if they want to keep trying to test their luck there.
No, you don't want 4 times in one period. You don't want to do that. It's an issue. I didn't really see a penalty there necessarily, but they need to clean up some of that. Fortunately for them, Hershey's not the type of team that's going to punish you too much on the power play.
Well, the IceHogs shorthanded come barreling back into the offensive zone. It's Highmore again, right to left. Brought it down the near wing, and his wrist shot fought off with the glove of Vanacek, and now the Bears on a shot that ends up rolling away from him. They'll curl it back out to center ice, and here's Boyd again. Travis Boyd at the right wing circle is going to try and slow things down. 40 seconds left in the period. Boyd takes an extra look, one-time setup, trying to find Simpson between the dots, and that one ends up going wide. Pardon me, that was Riley Barber between the face-off circles. Tips off the toe of his stick and down to the near corner. Adam Clendenning trying to kick it loose, now puts it up against the plexiglass, but comes as far as the blue line. Hobbs will keep it alive. He'll go across for Tyler Lewington. Or pardon me, rather, that's going to be Joe Whitney, rather. Whitney will angle this one around the boards, and he'll actually take it for a skate. Brings it all the way to the right wing corner. 9 seconds left in the period. Whitney to the blue line. Has his man in. Boyd wrist shot. That one off the skates of Highmore. Will deflect out to center ice. Whitney will get it back. He'll just flip it into the zone. And he actually hits Adam Clendenning in the face. And that's going to bring another gathering out at center ice. Clendenning wasn't even looking. He pretty much assumed the period was over. About a second, maybe 2 at most. And Whitney just turns and floats the puck right onto the side of the cheek of Adam Clendenning. And both benches with a bit of a stare down as we come to a close to the first period. Well, Patrick, your thoughts? A bit of a feeling out process. It's not all too often you see a little cross-conference get-together as Hershey and Rockford getting together, and actually now Liam O'Brien getting involved on the Hershey side of things. William Peltier also chatting. Chris DiDomenico, he knows all about the Bears from his Syracuse Belleville days earlier this season. And now finally the referees demanding both teams head off to the locker room. That's probably the more aggressive we have seen the Rockford IceHogs become here in recent history. But now it looks like cooler heads will prevail, and we will head to the first intermission. But certainly a unique opening period that has the IceHogs up 1-0.
Definitely a chippy first period, a lot more than you would expect between two teams that really don't have any common history other than one game 4 months ago. So you have that, and then but for Rockford, 20 shots on goal. They've controlled play, good percentage of the period, despite the fact 4 trips to the penalty box. They can clean up that a little bit. I think they should be in good shape. You can put down Hershey down another goal. Hershey does not have a lot of firepower, especially with Chris Court gone, and they can get frustrated. So all in all, though, very successful first period for the IceHogs.
Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll catch up with one of the newer members of the Rockford IceHogs in Chris DiDomenico. We'll get his thoughts as he played in his first game back with the organization yesterday, scored against Wilkes-Barre Scranton, and of course, what he's looking forward to moving into tonight's matchup against the Hershey Bears. So all that coming up in the first intermission report. The IceHogs leading the Bears 1-0 thanks to a shorthanded goal from forward Matthew Highmore. You're listening and watching Rockford IceHogs hockey on the IceHogs Broadcast Network. And advantage Hershey, as I mentioned, they're on their 4th power play going into the 2nd. They are 0 for 3. Colin Delia, 7 saves on 7 shots. Vitek Vanacek in goal for the Bears, 19 saves on 20 shots. Puck is down, and here we go for the second period. Again, IceHogs up 1-0. Hogs working the puck from left to right here in this second frame. Joe Whitney for the Bears will get things started. He'll bring it into the offensive zone. Left wing, now go cross corner. Out on the right wing side. Dug out of the corner by Tyler Grayevac. Grayevac, former Minnesota Wild property. He was with them the last 4 years. Throws this one in on Colin Delia. Comes up with the left pad save. IceHogs take the rebound. They'll throw it up the left side. Tyler Sakura has this ramp off his stick and deflect up and out of play now. 16 seconds remaining on the PK for roughing going against Cody Franson. Still in the first minute of the second period. Happy to be joined on the broadcast by the voice of the American Hockey League and Patrick Williams for NHL.com. And Patrick wrote a fantastic article recently about the upcoming trade deadline that might impact, or I should say it will impact, a lot of American Hockey League teams and their prospects. The NHL clubs poised for positioning, trying to make a run at the Stanley Cup. Well, a lot of AHL teams, they're trying to make a run at the Calder Cup. So it's certainly an interesting time of year. We'll get his thoughts on that in just a moment as Cody Franson now out of the box. Quick clear coming by the IceHogs after a face-off win in their zone. Left to right, they'll send it down. And back to grab it will be Travis Boyd. So now the Bears officially 0 for 4 on the man advantage. Boyd left wing side, overskates the puck in front of his own bench. Chris DiDomenico had it back for the IceHogs. He'll turn it right back around, but he gave it right over to Riley Barber, and Barber late on his shift for Hershey. He'll just throw it into the offensive zone. Rockford will collect. Gustav Forsling will break it on out to center ice. He's got Anthony Lewis. Lewis into the offensive zone, goes barreling in and gets a push shot on Vanacek. Peltier was joining him on the rush, and he was tied up by Lucas Johansson and actually ran into that near post, knocked the net off its mooring, and that will give us a stoppage. And actually, it's going to be a penalty that's going to be going against the Bears. They're going to send Dustin Gaisley across the ice for an infraction there. He wasn't the man that was with Peltier in the post, but now all of a sudden we're trading power plays here, Patrick. Rockford going on the man advantage for the second time tonight. Again, 0 for 1. They sit. Defensive zone face-off to the right side of Vitek Vanacek and the Hershey Bears. So we'll wait for, it is Dustin Gaisley. They're going to get him for hooking. He had his stick in the midsection of Peltier, and then Johansson comes in and helps him into the post. So Gaisley takes the seat, and the IceHogs man advantage will go to work. They handle the drawn rim around the boards. Clendenning, however, could not hold it in. So Rockford will have to bring it all the way back inside their own zone. IceHogs on the power play against Hershey in their first meeting. They went 1 for 6 in that 5-0 victory back on October 22nd, but that was a long time ago in AHL standards. Adam Clendening back in the offensive zone at the high point, right side for Snuggerud. Wrist shot gets blocked from the top of the right circle. Snuggerud gets it back, however. Luke Snuggerud looks around, now brings it right on top of the face-off dot. Throws it back to the blue line, Clendening. Onto the left wing boards, has his man, and DiDomenico goes behind the net for Matthew Highmore. He'll spin off the near wing, now throws it across the ice, looking for the one-timer for DiDomenico. It would have been a slam dunk, but it tips off a stick and angles wide. Highmore has to take it again. He'll go up the near wing for Snuggerud. Could not collect in time. Zach Sill defensively for the Bears on this penalty kill will clear it on away. 50 seconds left on the power play. An early man advantage for the IceHogs here in the second period, up 1-0. They'll move it into the offensive zone. Here's Tyler Sakura, left wing side, but he'll turn it over on top of that far dot. Sakura has been a goal-scoring machine for the IceHogs, especially when on the road. 11 of his 16 tallies have been away from BMO Harris Bank Center. And coming into tonight, points in 9 of his last 13 road games, grabbing 9 goals and 3 assists during those 9 contests. Not too shabby, considering that he might be playing with his brother sometime soon, and depending on what Northeastern's Dylan Sakura elects to do, if he will join the Blackhawks organization or test his luck elsewhere. Anthony Lewis, right wing. Late on this power play, lost control inside the blue line. Bears return to full strength. Gaisley back out of the box. And Rockford now drops to 0 for 2. Hershey gets it off a turnover. Bringing it in is Barber at the left circle. Wrister fought off by Colin Delia. And now the Hogs trying to turn it around quickly. Here's Alexander Fortan, left wing side. He'll go all the way down that far wing and slam on the brakes in the corner. Now reverses it behind the net. He's got Graham Knott at the near corner. To the right wing point for Darrin Raddish. Down low for Nathan Noel. Noel feeling some pressure from Aaron Ness. Noel keeps it in his skates, however. Takes it to the corner. Ness draped on his backside, but Noel keeps his feet moving and is going to draw a penalty. Great work by Nathan Noel. He had Ness pinned him up, and then he decided to pick up his feet and try skating again, and it's going to be a tripping call against the Bears. Almost as if Noel kind of baited him there. Ness kept him at a distance, but then once he started moving his feet, the stick was right there for him to go topple over, and another power play coming here for the IceHogs.
Absolutely. Good hard work down there in the corner. Hershey's defense score is a little bit on the smaller side. They can be pushed around a little bit, so if you can out-muscle them there and you can draw a penalty like that, that's just good hard work, and now they go to another power play.
Nathan Noel here these past couple of games has done a wonderful job of drawing penalties and putting the IceHogs on a power play, and now it's practically back-to-back man advantages here in the early goings of this second period. IceHogs up 1-0, trying to make it more. They'll win the draw at the near circle. Right wing point, they got Luke Snuggerud. On to Anthony Lewis at the bottom of the near dot. He'll reverse it back to Snuggerud. Across the ice, he's got Adam Clendening. Takes a look around. Clendening quickly gets rid of it. Garrett Mitchell right on top of him. Back to Snuggerud. To Clendening. Wrist shot high over top of the net of Vitek Vanacek, and it'll rim around the near boards and come on out to center. Left to right, the IceHogs working it here in the second period. Lewis lean past to Chris DiDomenico. He'll sail it over to the far wing. He's got Clendening. Wrist shot fought off in front of Vanacek. That was blocked before it ended up landing on his blocker side. Chris DiDomenico trying to dig it out of that far corner. Bears all over it there. And a quick clear off the stick of Jonas Siegenthaler, and that'll go all the way down, and Hershey able to make a line change here. 1:05 to go on this power play for the IceHogs. 14:46 left in the second period. Rockford through the neutral zone. Here's Snuggerud left wing side. He'll dump it down. Vanacek out to play it. They'll throw it up the near wall, but right to Matthew Highmore. Right wing point, he's got Cody Franzen. Across for Forsling. Turns one up, and that shot ends up going off a body. Deflects into the far corner. Looked like he was rolling up on him, though. Dug out by Henrik Samuelsson. Across for Luke Johnson, who fires in that one wide to the blocker side of Vanacek. Johnson, his first shift back since that fighting major towards the end of the opening period. He and Nathan Walker decided to drop the gloves. Well, Johnson with the puck now to the blue line for Franzen. Across the ice, Forsling. Wrister on its way, just out of the reach of the outstretched stick of Johnson. That would have been a lovely tip off the near post for Luke Johnson. Just could not pull it in. 15 seconds left on the power play, and the Bears will get another clear. Good offensive zone time for the IceHogs, however. Hershey right wing. They're going to dump it back. They got a turnover at center, but lifted a little too high. Goes off the glass and out of play. Now 5 seconds to go on the power play. 1-0 IceHogs, but some good offensive time there. Working the puck from low to high. That's been their key to success, getting the forwards in the corners. And Luke Johnson finding a clean lane, just could not get the chip on goal. Tyler Sakura will take this face-off out at center for the IceHogs. He'll go shoulder to shoulder with Tyler Grayevac. Grayevac traded to Washington by Minnesota this past offseason. Well, Sakura is going to come away with this one. Left wing for John Hayden, who will get it into the offensive zone. Wrist shot, patted down by Vanacek. Rebound cleared out. Darrin Raddish will bring it back in. Raddish on to Robin Noel. Noel at the blue line. He'll just slip this one back behind the Hershey net. John Hayden will pick it up in the right wing corner. Hayden looking to the blue line for Raddish. Pass was intercepted, and Grayevac will bring it out to center ice. Grayevac on to Wayne Simpson. Simpson looking for a backhanded opportunity as he was weaving his way into the offensive zone. Ended up sending a wide to the right side of Colin Delia. Some crafty skating and stick handling, just couldn't turn it into a scoring chance. 7 minutes gone by here in the second period. 1-0 IceHogs from a shorthanded goal by Matthew Highmore from back in the opening period. Here's Darrin Raddish for the Hogs. Raddish right wing side through center. Overskated it, got poked out from underneath him. And here's Boyd again for the Bears. Boyd takes a healthy bump from Noel, but manages to dump it down. Left wing side, Noel reaching back, got a little assistance from Darrin Raddish. But Hershey would not give up on Noel. They'll get it right back in. Raddish still there. They'll just put it high up the right glass and settle the score completely. And both teams will reset. Shots 22-9 in favor of the IceHogs. 2 shots for Rockford so far here in the second period. Also 2 on the side of the Bears as they have it at the right wing circle. Back to the blue line. Wristed on its way by Boyd. And that one may have ramped off a body. Nathan Noel dropped down to the ice in hopes of getting the block. And realizing that Travis Boyd had to get it upstairs and maybe sent it a little too high. And that will give us an official's timeout on the ice. 12:05 to go in the second period. This second period moving along rather nicely. It's 1-0 IceHogs. You're listening and watching Rockford IceHogs hockey on the IceHogs Broadcast Network.
Looking to grow your business and support the Forest City community? The IceHogs can help. Become a partner with the IceHogs this season and celebrate victories on and off the ice. Visit IceHogs.com or call 815-986-6465.
Don't miss a minute of AHL action this year. Tune into AHLlive.com to see every AHL game streamed all season. Access highlights and archive games and watch from your computer, tablet, or phone. Download the AHL Live app and follow your favorite team anytime, anywhere. Visit AHLlive.com now.
Fans, you can catch the IceHogs all season long by tuning into Whiffer's Cozy TV on 23.3. Join Joey Z, Mike Peck, and Brittany Tulis 30 minutes before puck drop for IceHogs warm-up for all games, home and away, during the 2017-18 season. You can also listen to each and every IceHogs game on your computer, tablet, or mobile device by going to sportsfanradio1330.com or through the IceHogs mobile app.
Looking to grow your business and support the Forest City community? The IceHogs can help. Become a partner with the IceHogs this season and celebrate victories on and off the ice. Visit IceHogs.com or call 815-986-6465. Defensive zone face-off for Rockford to the right side of their goaltender in Colin Delia here this evening. They'll win it and flip it out to center. William Peltier in the race is going to win it out. He'll go out to the blue line for Snuggerud. Just arriving into the offensive zone. A high shot, and that one gloved down by goaltender Vitek Vanacek. The IceHogs moving quickly from left to right as William Peltier showcasing some speed there. Happy to be joined in the broadcast by Patrick Williams of NHL.com. And another fun success story. William Peltier, undrafted, a Division III kid, Norwich, landing himself a spot with the IceHogs and signed an extension not all that long ago to join the IceHogs for next year. So already their first player announcement of a new season, but still plenty of hockey to be played this year. But You don't see those little fun success stories a whole lot on a very prospect-driven American Hockey League.
No, you don't. And it just goes to show you, if you put the work in and you get the opportunity and you take advantage of it, you can make a lot of things happen as a young player in this league. There's jobs available for these guys.
Hershey down the right side will throw it all the way below the goal line, and Colin Delia icing call against them. Now 11:23 to go in this second. 1-0 Hogs, thanks to a Matthew Highmore short-handed goal from back in the opening period. Highmore, top prospect of the Chicago Blackhawks, 21st goal this season. Now in the top 3 in the rookie category in terms of goals scored. Tied for 9th among rookies entering tonight's matchup in overall points. And false start in the offensive zone face-off. Luke Johnson will be asked to leave in favor of Matthew Highmore. Highmore will slip it to the boards. Henrik Samuelsson could not come up with it. Bears will just flip it out to center ice. Last night, Highmore and Samuelsson saw respective point streaks come to a close, in which Highmore picked it right back up here tonight. But Samuelsson on a 3-game goal-scoring streak. Highmore on a 3-game assist streak that fell in the tough loss to Wilkes-Barre Scranton. Both of those trying to get it back through center ice. An offside call against the Rockford IceHogs. So another whistle, and that'll give me a chance to bring in Patrick again. We kind of teased it a little bit in the last segment, but the NHL trade deadline is right around the corner. The Chicago Blackhawks have already made a couple of moves. We were talking about it earlier about Ville Polka, a longtime prospect of theirs, that moved along from the defensive line, and he would join the Ottawa Senators organization. Seems like he's fit quite nicely in Belleville. Crease DiDomenico comes on back, but who is the teams or the organizations to keep an eye on? Because certainly the Blackhawks are going to be looking to be contenders and want to try and improve their playoff spot. But there are others out there trying to improve their standings as well.
Well, the team I've seen that really has impressed me from day one has been Syracuse. They're Tampa Bay's affiliate. Just a nice blend of, they're not necessarily the first round, the high-end guys, but just a lot of good depth, a lot of second, third-round picks in that lineup. So these prospects are currency in trades. You're not necessarily just developing players for yourself. You're developing them for use in trades or anything like of that nature. So the more you can do that, the more options you have.
So keep an eye on Tampa Bay's organization. I even heard some rumblings from the players themselves at lunch today of who really has some pieces that they can move around to improve their club, and they all said that Tampa Bay probably has one of the better groups and prospects to pick from. Hershey trying to break the puck into the offensive zone, but a body goes sliding into the net of Colin Delia. No shot on the play, just the net knocked off its mooring, so that'll reset for a draw. 10:23 to go in the second period, a 1-0 IceHog lead. Matthew Highmore with the goal. Short-handed back in the first period from John Hayden, about a dozen minutes into the game. Puck pinned up along the near boards. Darrin Raddish trying to punch this one along. On to Robin Noel on the back line for the Hogs. He'll scamper behind his own net, now go up the left side for Hayden. He'll chip it up the wall, and that one will come out to center ice for Andreas Martinson. Martinson towing that blue line, stays onside, and now advances it down the left wing board. Shook off a defender to free up some space. Now goes all the way to the corner, falls down. He was pulled and bent over backwards over that puck. No call, and the Bears able to clear this one out to center ice. Darrin Raddish in front of the Hershey bench. He and Nathan Walker, a little bit jabbing match. And Raddish just gave him a couple of shots, then skated away. And Walker was wondering where the call was, and the referee on that back end there, that was Troy Murray. He and Sean McFarland wearing the orange bands tonight. They've been a little busy, especially back in that first period. But Murray just telling Walker to head on back to the bench. IceHogs trying to set up shop in the offensive zone. Here's Luke Snuggerud, right wing side. One hand on his stick, trying to shield the defender. Angles this one back behind the net of Vanacek. Comes onto the stick. That looks to be DiDomenico. Looks to center it up, and that one just banked wide of the net. Snuggerud gets it back. Wrist shot this time. Ends up wider than a cage. Good pressure by the IceHogs. Clendening right wing point, and the puck jump over top of his blade. It will come to center, and the IceHogs will have to make a change here. They'll do so quickly. Clendening. Left wing, fires to the top of the circle, and an easy glove save by Vanacek. Watch that one all the way into the catching glove. Play starting to get a little chippy, especially away from the puck. A couple more occurrences between the benches, so we'll keep an eye on that as the IceHogs A 1-0 lead with 8:42 to go in the second period. We'll take another officials timeout. You're listening and watching Rockford IceHogs hockey on the IceHogs Broadcast Network.
Your business and support the Forest City community? The IceHogs can help. Become a partner with the IceHogs this season and celebrate victories on and off the ice. Visit icehogs.com or call 815-986-6465.
Don't miss a minute of AHL action this year. Tune into AHLlive.com to see every AHL game streamed all season. Access highlights and archive games and watch from your computer, tablet, or phone. Download the AHL Live app and follow your favorite team anytime, anywhere. Visit AHLlive.com now.
Fans, you can catch the IceHogs all season long by tuning into Whiffer's Cozy TV on 23.3. Join Joey Z, Mike Peck, and Brittany Tulis 30 minutes before puck drop for IceHogs warm-up for all games, home and away, during the 2017-18 season. You can also listen to each and every IceHogs game on your computer, tablet, or mobile device by going to sportsfanradio1330.com or through the IceHogs mobile app.
That's our main PR guy for Chicago. 8:42 to go in the second period. The Rockford IceHogs leading the Hershey Bears 1-0. Joseph Zakshesky with you alongside Patrick Williams as Rockford setting up shop in the offensive zone. Forsling shot from the left point, deflected on goal and tipped wide. Christy Domenico stick on the ice, just looking to redirect that Forsling drive. It was low on the ice, just could not slip it further enough inside that near goal post. Well, DiDomenico gets it back, trying to fake a shot, and he actually clipped a piece of the puck on the pump fake, and that'll turn the puck over. Hershey's going to clear it down, and we're now going to get a whistle. They're going to call originally the icing. Hershey was arguing that they had beat out the icing call. And it looks like that argument will go unheard, and an offensive zone faceoff coming here for the IceHogs. A little close one there. They had a player sneaking down that right side, and he had the better angle on the puck, and the linesman, I guess he just lost sight of him and blew the play dead. So the draw to the left side of Vanacek, and Rockford will take control back in the offensive zone. Highmore actually runs into his own man, and Luke Johnson, top of the near circle. Rims it around the boards for Highmore. Highmore behind the net for Henrik Samuelsson. Samuelsson, he'll arc around the near dot. Now drops it off the blue line for Robin Noel. Shot rising high, and Vanacek had to get that blocker up. He dropped down to make a save and quickly tossed up the hands. Noel gets it back at the near point. Goes across for Darrin. Raddish fans on the one-timer. Keeps the puck with him, no. Throws it into that far wing corner. Samuelsson cannot collect, and the Bears will toss it down. This one not enough for an icing this time. IceHogs back to grab, and both teams will make some line changes here. 7.5 to go in the second period. 1-0 Rockford. Hershey trying to pinch this one off the right boards in front of the penalty boxes. Hogs able to slip away. John Hayden goes across for Andreas Martinson. Martinson into the offensive zone right side. Tried to spin it across for Hayden again right as he stepped into the blue line. Actually threw it back out to center. And the Bears will take it and turn a throw into that far corner. Jeremy Langlois, the former IceHog himself, 66 games with the Hogs last year, 8 goals and 6 assists. He'll take his turn with the puck for the Bears, but quickly ran out of real estate in Rockford, going right back down, left to right. Here's John Hayden. Hayden to the right wing point for Adam Clendenning. Wrist shot low, no traffic in front of Vanacek, and he's able to easily make the blocker save, turn over the wrist, and go up the far wall. Taken by Adam Chappie. Chappie to the offensive blue line for the Bears. He'll dump it down. Hershey in the middle of the line change. And Alexander Fortin trying to break it out, but it takes a healthy hit. Hershey takes it, fires, and scores! They forced the hand of Alexander Fortin, and that's Liam O'Brien that threw the huge hit on Fortin. Forced the turnover. O'Brien gets the quick pass back, and he goes low stick side on Colin Delia to tie things up at 1. They show the replay from start to finish. A wrecking ball for Liam O'Brien. He shot right out of the bench, went charging right after Fortin at the right circle. Took him to the boards, got the puck. Quick pass, got the puck back, bottom of the left dot, and just sent it in. For Liam O'Brien, goal number 14 on the year, and that re-energizes the crowd here at Giant Center in a 1-1 contest all of a sudden with 6:21 to go in the second period. Great individual play as O'Brien trying to swing the momentum here, Patrick.
That's a typical Liam O'Brien plays. Hershey can be a little sleepy at times. They're a bit of a quiet team on the ice. He's a real energy player for them, and we saw a real good example of that right there.
Gets the hit on 410. He had the size advantage on 410, knocked him sideways, and the turnover benefits him individually. Pretty much from start to finish, all O'Brien on the play. Under 6 to go here in the second period. IceHogs trying to get the puck out of their own zone, and actually banks off of Hershey's Tyler Grayback and back across the line, so that'll actually pull Hershey offside. And that'll bring us a whistle with 5:48 to go in the second period. So O'Brien, the tally for Hershey, makes it a 1-1 game. And Patrick, we were talking about the NHL trade deadline coming up. You featured that the best overall team that probably might be making some moves or has the most to make some moves is going to be the Tampa Bay Lightning. Who on the Western Conference side of the equation do you feel will be looking to prime themselves for a nice push with the deadline looming?
Manitoba Moose, Winnipeg Jets affiliate, they have a lot of options there. They have a lot of real high-end talent. They're a little bit different from Tampa in that regard. Tampa has maybe a wider variety, wider range. Manitoba just has the high-end guys, and they've jumped out to that lead in the Western Conference. We've seen that. It was a long, long road for that team. They went through a 50-loss season 2 years ago that it was there for, and it's really paying off now for them.
It's amazing what patience can do and development can do. You mentioned 50-loss season, only a couple of years removed from that, and that was their big return to the American Hockey League. So they had all the fanfare behind them out in Winnipeg, Manitoba. The IceHogs will pay a visit there not all too long from now, a couple of weeks away in the month of March. Rockford right now trying to reclaim the lead. It's all tied up here at Giant Center in Hershey. 1 aside, 4:46 to go in this second period. Shots 30-10 in favor of the IceHogs, but Hershey just able to cash in on what little chances they've been able to acquire as Liam O'Brien just a moment ago made it that 1-1 contest. Vitek Vanacek has been busy, but the IceHogs have done a good job of getting traffic in front of him. Not all saves have been pretty clean for him tonight. They'll set up shop in the offensive zone. Here's Raddish from the blue line. Throws it towards the front of the net. Goes over top of the crossbar. Henrik Samuelsson almost pulled it off the backboards and got a little shovel shot in from a near impossible angle. But Vanacek got to that right post in time to come up with a save. Hershey right wing boards. Through center, here's Riley Barber. He'll bang this one behind the net of Colin Delia. Coming up with it, Raddish for a moment. Now on to Robin Norell. Swings it up the left side for Tyler Sakura. He'll chip it up the wall, and it'll catch an edge and roll on down. Both teams making some changes here. John Hayden flies in. Hayden's going to force the turnover here for the IceHogs. He's got Sakura wrist shot in and out of the pads of Vanacek. Comes back to Sakura off the left wing glass. Gets it at the bottom of the circle, now takes it to the corner. We'll get a little assistance from Andreas Martinson. 2-on-2 battle. Bears have Martinson pinned up. That's Tyler Lewington. But Sakura now gets it back, jams it in skates. Tyler Grayback trying to wedge his way into the party and knocks it loose for Hershey. And Hershey in transition will get it out to center ice. Good board battle there. IceHogs will get it back inside their own blue line. Andreas Martinson left wing trying to throw it on out to center, and we're going to get ourselves a penalty. Too many men on the ice is going to be the call. Both teams were making changes, and it's going to go against Hershey. So both teams were trying to swap out some players, and Hershey a little puzzled. Their head coach, Troy Mann, looking up and down his bench, but another power play coming here for the IceHogs. They're going to send Dustin Gainsley across to serve the time. And this power play comes with 3:07 to go in this second. So an opportunity here for the Hogs to reclaim a lead and get that prize goal at the end of a period. They'll win the face-off, but it'll roll away from Luke Snuggerud and out to center. IceHogs won it along the left side of Vanacek, and the Bears will get it away from Snuggerud even further and throw it on down. So too many men on the ice. Bench minor penalty to the Bears, served by Gainsley. Hershey short-handed. pressuring in the offensive zone, but they lost control of the puck. Boyd turns it over to Henrik Samuelsson, left wing. He will just bring it into the offensive zone. Throws it cross corner near side, but nothing but chocolate uniforms back for the Bears, and they will force this one back down the length of the ice. Tonight, the second and final meeting between these two clubs this season. Hogs looking for the series sweep. They won back in October, 5-0. Adam Clendenning up the middle of the ice for William Peltier. He's got a break, backhander, scores! William Peltier from Adam Clendenning on the power play. He splits the defense, had the puck lost in his skates for a moment, kicks it up, and makes a wonderful backhanded play to get it through the legs of Vanacek. Fantastic goal for Peltier. And with that point and assist, Adam Clendenning has now tied Brian Connolly for the most points and assists set by an IceHog defenseman. Points at 134, assists at 110. So now needs one more to set a new record, and what a way to tie it. Clendenning, a great heads-up play to find Peltier, who had to do his own little fancy footwork to even control that puck.
Oh, it was a really nice move on the shot, but I thought the most impressive part of that was that puck kick. Get that puck back to a stick. Not easy thing to do with back pressure like that. So now we've seen a power play goal and a shorthanded goal. If you can do that in a game, especially when you've struggled on special teams, it's a real big boost for this Rockford team here.
So the IceHogs now 1 for 4 on the power play on what a dandy of a goal by William Peltier from Adam Clendenning. We're now going to get some extracurricular activity shortly after the restart. Peltier and Chris DiDomenico a little bit more preoccupied with throwing some body checks on Tyler Grayovac. Meanwhile, Hershey has the puck in the offensive zone. Referees are letting the play roll along. Now Anthony Lewis gets it back for the IceHogs. Lewis left wing side, goes through center, throws it into the far corner, broken stick, and now we're going to get a penalty. Anthony Lewis was dropped. Now Chris DiDomenico goes over, and DiDomenico takes a shot to the midsection. That might be a spear going against the Bears on that one. And everything's starting to break loose a little bit here in Pennsylvania. So Anthony Lewis gets run down in the far corner. And then Chris DiDomenico. He went into the pile and then he just dropped quickly on what appeared to be a shot to the midsection. And that's going to be another power play coming here for the IceHogs. Hershey just showcasing a little frustration now. Just 10 shots on goal for the Bears, down 2-1. And Adam Clendenning and Garrett Mitchell going to talk things over with the officiating crew. So we'll see if anything additional is given to Hershey on the play. Right now they just have one man in the box. That's Connor Hobbs. Meanwhile, both teams trying to get their thoughts collected. IceHogs are going to be on the power play. Adam Clendenning is arguing why the draw is not in the offensive zone as the linesman getting ready to drop the puck out at center.
Cross-checking, time of the penalty 18:28.
So only the cross-checking call, Hobbs, on the backside of Anthony Lewis is called. Nothing involving the play with Chris DiDomenico. But another power play here for the IceHogs. It is their 5th man advantage. They just scored on the power play. Patrick William Peltier with that goal. Well, here's Rockford powering the way in the offensive zone. Sakura and Hayden trying to spin off shots. Both blocked. And the Bears will get the clear on down. 1:08 to go in the second period. Rockford up 2-1. William Peltier just a moment ago reclaimed the lead for the IceHogs. Hayden left wing side. Goes down the far wall and dumps it into the corner. John Hayden trying to tie it up off the wall. Bears will pin him up and knock the puck loose. Another clear Clemen by way of Hershey, and both teams will make some line changes here. Under a minute to go in the second. Stretch pass for the IceHogs. Left wing, they find Hayden on the home run. Hayden drops it off for Highmore, fires into the chest of Vanacek. Samuelson on top of the crease to screen, but Vanacek will not give up a rebound, and that'll lead to an offensive zone face-off. Well, another eventful period here, Patrick. We saw a lot of power plays going the other direction for Hershey back in the first period. It was chippy then, it's chippy now. And now the IceHogs starting to get some man advantages their direction, and kind of uncharacteristic. Certainly on the IceHogs side, I don't know too much about Hershey. They average 14.2 penalty minutes per game, and that's kind of middle of the pack here, but from all sounds of it, it looks like they're showing a little bit more of their aggressive nature than what they've been accustomed to.
No, this isn't a team, Hershey, that is typically very aggressive, very abrasive. They apparently have not meshed well with their friends from Rockford tonight, though, because this has gotten a pretty chippy for hockey in 2018, put it that way.
IceHogs trying to get one more push here on the power play before the period expires. There is potential for some spillover time. Now just 15 seconds left. 43 seconds to go on the overall man advantage. Vitek Vanacek will smother down another loose puck and will hold on tight. Coming up in the Schnucks second intermission report, we'll, on the radio side, take a listen to the AHL plays of the week. On the TV side, we'll pause for a news update, and we'll all get back together for another spin through the AHL out-of-town scoreboard, which the Rockford IceHogs have already heard some good news tonight with Chicago falling to Manitoba. Now they're hoping the Texas Stars can take another big game away from the Milwaukee Admirals. As off this face-off, Rockford wins it, and they chip it in on Vanacek, who comes up with the save. Luke Johnson on the outside of the crease was trying to swing this one out of midair. So is Matthew Highmore, and that'll bring another gathering as they clip the pads of Vanacek after he held on to the puck. So that'll slow things down before the face-off. 5 more seconds tick off, so just 10 to go here in the second period. 2-1 IceHogs. Rockford wins this one. Cody Franzen fakes the shot onto Gustav Forsling for the one-timer, partially fanned on. Ends up in the near corner. Johnson with it. Back to Forsling. Could not get a shot away in time. The horn will sound to end the second, with Rockford taking a 2-1 lead. So the IceHogs now a shorthanded goal and a power play goal. Shorthanded in the first by Matthew Highmore. Power play in the second by William Peltier. Liam O'Brien, the lone tally for the Bears. That also comes in the second period as the IceHogs, in terms of the shot clock, dominating 34-10, but just have the 1-goal lead after 40 minutes to play, Patrick.
Everything for Rockford looks great tonight. 30, like you said, 34-10. We've seen a real clash of styles. Hershey often will speak of they want grade A chances, so they'll be very patient, very much they'll try to find the perfect play. Rockford's throwing the puck at net from all angles, and it's paying off. They're really making Vitek Vanacek work tonight.
So we'll pause for the Schnucks second intermission report. On the radio side, we'll have the AHL plays of the week on Sports Fan Radio 1330. And then on the TV side, on 23.3 Cozy TV, we'll pause for a news break, get back together for the out-of-town scoreboard. Also swing through the Illinois Lottery second period scoring recap, and plenty more coming up in the break. IceHogs lead the Hershey Bears 2-1 after 2 periods here at Giant Center. You're listening and watching Rockford IceHogs hockey on the IceHogs Broadcast Network. But then the IceHogs would go on the power play. They had quite a few man advantages in that second period. In fact, some spillover time going into the third. And William Peltier on the power play at 17:46 from Adam Clendenny, and Luke Snuggerud reclaimed the lead for the IceHogs. That was your Illinois Lottery second period scoring recap. This period scoring summary brought to you by the more powerful than ever Powerball from the Illinois Lottery. With more millionaires, bigger jackpots, and better odds, play responsibly. Must be 18 or older to participate. 27 seconds of power play time spilling over into the third period for the IceHogs. Hunter Hobbs in the box for a cross-checking call on Anthony Lewis at the tail end of that second period. This is opportunity number 5 for Rockford. They are 1 for 4 tonight IceHogs right to left skating here in the third period. They will control first as Cody Franzen at the right wing circle. Hands this one over to Gustav Forsling at the left point. Back to Franzen. Wrist shot on its way. Comes to Peltier. That one gets blocked. Hit Peltier in the backside. Puck landed at his feet. And then he tried to turn off a shot, and that one got blocked by the Bears. They'll go up the left wing and just get it out to center ice. Hobbs, fresh from the penalty box, able to backhand this one on through. Punches in ahead for Riley Barber, third-year pro out of Miami University. He and Anthony Lewis, former teammates together out at Miami in Ohio. Well, right now, Barber having to pull back and head off for a line change. Both teams doing so here in the opening moments of this third period. Just over a minute gone by. IceHogs leading at 2-1. They come up empty-handed on that man advantage, so now drop to 1 for 5 in the game. Puck chips up the right wing boards and actually spills into the penalty box, so that'll bring us a quick stoppage. Been more than pleased to welcome in Patrick Williams to the broadcast booth here today. We've talked many times over social media over the years. First time in a couple of seasons we've been able to catch up and physically see each other. Now moving out of Winnipeg. That's the last time I saw you was up in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and you were helping out with the Manitoba Moose in their first AHL season back. But now you have a solid grasp of what's going on here on the East Coast. But I mean, for your take right now, I mean, what has probably been for fans that only really get to see a lot of the Central Division, what are they missing out on the East Coast? There's a lot to look forward to. You got a storied franchise like Hershey. You get a team like Lehigh Valley having a fantastic year in the Atlantic Division. But what has really grabbed your attention out in the Eastern Conference?
Toronto Marlies have really impressed me. They've impressed me the last 3 years, honestly. But they're in that North Division where it's that top four, and then there's that bottom three that are kind of way off in the distance. An 18-point gap between 4th and 5th in that division. So that playoff race is pretty much settled up now. They're just jockeying for position. So that's been a real story. Lehigh Valley, like you mentioned, quietly undercover, one of the top teams in this league.
The Toronto Marlies have taken over as the top team in the American Hockey League. Manitoba pretty much had a stranglehold before they hit a little bit of a skid coming out of the holiday break and just over the calendar new year. And then Toronto really took off and ran with that. 7 wins over their last 10 games. 24 wins on the road. 24-5-0-1. So they've done a pretty good job away from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. 17:55 to go in the third period here in Hershey, Pennsylvania. The IceHogs making their first ever visit. They lead 2-1. Hershey, however, trying to set up shop in the offensive zone. They have the puck working left to right. They pinned it up along the far wall. Joe Whitney had it taken away by Andreas Martinson. Martinson will just bring this one out to center ice and dump this one on down. Both teams making some changes. Alexander Fortan out there with Graham Knott and Nathan Noel. Puck rims around the boards, comes up the far wing. Knott has a chip off of his backhand. Does angle out the center, but Cody Franzen is there to collect for the IceHogs. They'll go across from the far wall all the way down to the left wing corner. Carries up the near boards, and Wayne Simpson will pick it up. Former Boston Bruins property in Wayne Simpson. He'll bring this one through center ice for the Bears, trying to center it up in front of Colin Delia. Spun down, looked like he lost his balance, but Noel able to pick it up and bring it right back out to neutral ice. Nathan Noel trying to leverage a hit. Ends up taking probably most of the force there. He and Nathan Walker battling along the way. Walker, probably one of the great feel-good stories at the start of this season for the Hershey Bears. For those that don't know it, Nathan Walker, a native of Australia, not only to become the first Australian drafted in the National Hockey League, but he would not only go on to become the first Australian to play in the ECHL, but the AHL, but earlier this year made his National Hockey League debut with the Washington Capitals.
Really fascinating story. A player that obviously he needed to find some better hockey. He moved to the Czech Republic at age 13 by himself. Really willed himself into a job in hockey. It's not an easy road to hoe when you're coming from Australia, Czech Republic at 13. Got himself to the NHL. It's a real achievement on his part.
So Nathan Walker, he's had an active part here tonight. He dropped the gloves with Luke Johnson back in that first period. 3-game point streak for him coming in. He had 2 goals and an assist last night out in Hartford. And what was the win for this Bears group? IceHogs will set up shop on an offensive zone face-off. They broke into the zone and the puck deflected up and out of play off a Hershey stick. So they'll have the draw to the left-hand side of goaltender Vitek Vanacek. Vanacek has faced 36 IceHogs shots, coming up with 34 saves. Colin Delia, his counterpart tonight. Delia has just seen 10 shots by the Bears, 9 saves his direction. Pair of young goaltenders. Vanacek in his 3rd season, but still a youngster overall. And Delia a rookie this year. Puck lands once again back in the penalty boxes across the way here from our vantage point high above center ice at Giant Center. 80th anniversary season of this Hershey Bears group. 11-time Calder Cup champion. Their first year all the way back 1938. It has been a long time coming, of course, with the Capitals since 2005 in terms of NHL affiliations. Also connected with Colorado, Tampa Bay, Philadelphia, and Boston over the years when the affiliation thing really kind of became a thing. Putting prospects and maybe some extra skaters needing some ice time, they'd send them down to the American Hockey League, and now it's become developmental and pulling prospects in to get some game experience before helping out their major league clubs. 5 minutes gone by here in the 3rd period. IceHogs leading at 2-1. Rockford in their defensive zone. Right to left, they'll break it on out. Tyler Sakura. He'll flip it to the neutral zone ahead for John Hayden, left wing. Tied up in front of the benches, and Chappie will come away with it. Adam Chappie. Ian Whitney, a part of that trade with Hartford not too long ago. 3 games played with Hershey. No points entering tonight. IceHogs will steal it away from him and just flip it on down to the offensive zone. Both teams changing things up a little bit. It's quiet for now between the two clubs as Hershey trying to break it out of their own zone. Left wing side, they'll find Riley Barber. Barber in the offensive zone, pushes it ahead for Boyd. Boyd back to Barber, who will corral it in that far corner. Darrin Raddish quick to close the gap on him, pushes Barber around to the near side, gets it out to the blue line for Lewington. On to Whitney at the right wing circle, and Whitney could not withstand the oncoming pressure of Graham Knott, and this one will come out to center ice. Great check there by Knott, but now the Bears bring it back into the zone. Barber taken out of the play. He was hooked up. Stick was lifted, which was good enough, but then Alexander Fortin just had that stick slide up, and he would pitchfork Barber down to the ice. And a power play here for the Bears with 14:19 to go in the 3rd. Chance for Hershey, Patrick, maybe to settle down a little bit. Again, only 10 shots through 2 periods and then some change into the 3rd to try and tie this thing up, because this game, a 2-1 contest and still within reach.
Well, you see at Hershey, one of their big issues this year has been driving the net, has been net front presence. It's a major issue for them. They actually did that there, and then lo and behold, they drew a penalty. They haven't had a whole lot going for them other than that goal on that Liam O'Brien hit. So this is a chance for them to try to generate something. 10 shots through 45 minutes of play, not going to get done in this league.
Hershey will win the draw to the left side of Colin Delia. Joe Whitney at that left wing point. He'll go across for Connor Hobbs. Hobbs, wrist shot, gets blocked, comes back to Whitney. Right wing side for Boyd. Top of the circle, fires in and out of the pads of Colin Delia, and the rebound quickly cleared away. Cody Franson out there with Gustav Forsling. IceHogs are going to change out their forward group to Luke Johnson. Staying put for now, at least. Matthew Highmore coming over the boards. Andreas Martinson, the man that cleared it, he quickly bolted to the bench. Hershey will bring it back into the zone. Puck turned over. Matthew Highmore had it hit off the outside of his body. He just gets the lucky bounce, and that'll actually go rolling all the way back down the other way for a clear. And the first minute of this penalty kill here for the IceHogs has gone by quite well. Hershey trying to shovel this one through center. William Peltier doesn't have a stick, and Boyd comes up with it. Boyd fires and scores. Peltier didn't have a stick, and that opened up a passing lane for Hershey to find Travis Boyd at the right wing circle, and Boyd sends in his 15th goal of the season. The Bears strike on the power play. They're now 1 for 5, and we are tied up at 2.
You play with fire, you take a penalty there in the 3rd period. Against a team that hasn't had a lot going for them, you open the door for them, especially when you have a 30th ranked penalty kill. Rockford now they have to really get themselves back in play here, but you want to stay out of the penalty box. It's a big issue in this league. There's so much parity, and the smallest breaks can make the difference here.
They show the replay of Boyd. It was a dandy of a shot, right circle, but he went low, stick side on Colin Delia, so he shot across the goaltender, nearly hit it post and in. Now the IceHogs off the restart, trying to kick this one towards the top of the goal crease of Vitek Vanacek. Ends up getting pushed up the left wing boards. Robin Nhl will keep it alive at the near point. Nhl down to the goal line, has Matthew Highmore. Puck centered out in front, and a good defensive play to break it up. Tyler Gravac able to get a piece of it. Had he not, the IceHogs would have had two members wide open off that far iron. Henrik Samuelsson back through center ice off a quick clear by the Bears. Has it for Rockford, right wing, throws it into the far corner. Rolls around, IceHogs making a change here. And it'll come out to center ice. Lucas Johansson gets it as far as the red line. Luke Snuggerud will turn it around. Bears trying to make a change themselves. Snuggerud looking, he's got Peltier. Just a tough break for Peltier to lose that stick and really begin the power play sequence for the Bears that resulted in the goal. IceHogs throw it off the right wing side. Tip in front, they score! Peltier gets one back for the Hogs. Wrist shot from the right side. And Peltier wasn't even looking. He had his back to the net, hits off the backhand, and goes up over top of Vitek Vanacek. It looked like a simple play. We'll have to take a look at the replay, but again, Peltier was not even looking at where the shot was coming from. They just rifled it right off the blade. Let's take a look here. Kind of came late on that replay there, but William Peltier now 2 goals in the contest to reclaim an advantage for the IceHogs off pretty much the very next shift after the Boyd tally for the Bears. Off the restart, puck gets lobbed high in the air and ends up out of play along the far wing, and that'll lead us to a official's timeout on the ice. A dozen minutes to go here in the third period. IceHogs back in the driver's seat, up 3-2 on Hershey. You're listening and watching Rockford IceHogs hockey on the IceHogs Broadcast Network.
Looking to grow your business and support the Forest City community? The IceHogs can help. Become a partner with the IceHogs this season and celebrate victories on and off the ice. Visit icehogs.com or call 815-986-6465.
Don't miss a minute of AHL action this year. Tune into AHLlive.com to see every AHL game streamed all season. Access highlights and archive games and watch from your computer, tablet, or phone. Download the AHL Live app and follow your favorite team anytime, anywhere. Visit AHLlive.com now.
Fans, you can catch the IceHogs all season long by tuning into Whiffer's Cozy TV on 23.3. Join Joey Z, Mike Peck, and Brittany Tulis 30 minutes before puck drop for IceHogs warm-up for all games, home and away, during the 2017-18 season. You can also listen to each and every IceHogs game on your computer, tablet, or mobile device by going to sportsfanradio1330.com or through the IceHogs mobile app.
12:02 to go in the third period of action. The Rockford IceHogs leading the Hershey Bears 3-2. Joseph Zakshesky with you. William Peltier just before the break tipped in his 9th goal of the season and second of the contest on pretty much a no-look shot from the right side, and it banked off the stick of a no-look forward. You talk about catching some lucky breaks. There's a definition right there. Just throwing the puck to the front of the net, and Peltier had his back towards the shot and somehow comes up with a piece of it. And that just shortly after Travis Boyd comes up with a power play goal for Hershey to then make it 2-2. But that was short-lived as the IceHogs left wing trying to keep this offensive push moving along. They have 37 shots on goal here tonight. The Bears with just 11. Let's take a listen to the goal
Number
call.
16, William Peltier. Assisted by number 22, Chris DiDomenico. Time of the goal, 7:45.
Chris DiDomenico picks up the only assist. IceHogs odd man rush, forcing a shot right side. Graham Knott trying to get it on goal, and a pad save for Vitek Vanacek would have set up for a dandy for Alexander Fortin, but ends up going wide of the mark, looking like it tipped off the defender's legs at the last moment. So Chris DiDomenico picks up now points in his first 2 games as a member of this IceHog group. We're going to get ourselves a delayed call. It's going to be against Rockford as Vanacek was heading off for the extra attacker. A cross-checking call going against the IceHogs. So the Bears, who just capitalized on the power play, will go on their 6th man advantage of the game. And now have a chance to try and tie things up once again. And if they can do so, it'll be the third time this game has been locked up as Alexander Fortan heads over across the way to take a seat in the penalty box. IceHogs after tonight will return home on Wednesday to host the Texas Stars on Brian Campbell night. The former Chicago Blackhawk defenseman and Stanley Cup champion in the building to sign autographs and have some fun with fans. Also another Fast Fuel winning weekday game. $2 draft Budweisers, $2 Pepsis, $2 hot dogs, and $2 upper level companion tickets. You can grab those tickets at IceHogs.com. So the PK back to work for the IceHogs. Prior to the Boyd goal, only a few minutes ago. They've done a pretty good job, and now we're going to have a little pushing and shoving and a little play away from the puck. We've had a lot of that here tonight, Patrick. Just extracurricular slashing and little taps here and there. Gamesmanship by either club. What normally are fairly quiet teams when it comes to playing an aggressive role. But now the Bears will try and settle things down. Here's Riley Barber at the right wing side. On to Boyd at the top of the circle. He'll squish this one down to the near corner. IceHogs will just pin it up against the boards. Andreas Martinson now digs it free, and he will clear it away and quickly head off for a line change. 1:09 to go on the penalty kill here for the IceHogs. Just over the halfway point of the third period. Hogs up 3-2. Peltier digs this one up along the far wall. He's going to chip it ahead for John Hayden. Foot race, but Boyd's going to beat him out. And quickly curl it back around for the Hershey Bears. Left to right, Boyd brings it back in the zone, far wing. Gives it to the blue line for Joe Whitney. Could not control. Peltier still on his doorstep. And another clear coming here for the IceHogs. Looks like Rockford right now, Patrick, not really wanting to give the Bears any room to work with, almost man-on-man defense and clogging things up, especially at their own blue line. Dustin Gaisley, right wing side. He'll throw it down to the near corner. Aaron Ness going in after it. Cannot come up with it. Another clear coming for the IceHogs. 23 seconds left on the power play. Gaisley back at center ice across the Hershey crest in the neutral zone. Throws it along for Lucas Johansson, and Johansson will throw it even further back into his own zone. Fans not happy so far with his power play. Dustin Gaisley now brings it on in. Gaisley, right wing side from a distance, fought off by Delia. Rebound goes off of Luke Johnson, back into Delia, who will calmly scoop it up and hold on for a face-off. 4 seconds left on the penalty kill here for the IceHogs. So defensively starting to turn the screws a little tighter here for Rockford, not really wanting to let the skill set of the Hershey Bears display itself.
Absolutely. 12 shots through the first 52 minutes of play. 2 shots this period despite some of the penalty trouble for Rockford. Hershey tends to be very patient, sometimes too patient with the puck. When Rockford can really smother them and start making them really overthink and not just play, that bodes well for the IceHogs.
The lowest shots they've allowed against in a single contest, 17 against the Iowa Wild back on November 9th. Colin Delia will come up with another quality stop this time. Hershey not really wasting any chances. They'll put it right into their glove. Shot coming from between the circles. Off the blade of Colby Williams, and Delia will hold on tight. So now 13 on the board for Hershey, and it comes right as the power play closes up. So another successful penalty kill for the IceHogs, and that'll give us an official's timeout on the ice. 3-2 Hogs with 8:26 to go in the third period. You're listening and watching Rockford IceHogs hockey on the IceHogs Broadcast Network.
IceHogs games can be your community showcase. We want your ballerinas, cheer squads, martial arts demonstrations, youth hockey, and choirs all to perform during our games at the BMO Harris Bank Center. Visit IceHogs.com or call 815-986-6465.
The Rockford IceHogs have a ticket plan to fit your schedule. Season seats, mini plans, premium suites, and more are available for you to choose from. Save money off web fees, base price, and even learn how to get parking included. Visit IceHogs.com to see all the great benefits and sign up, or give us a call at 815-986-6465.
For all the latest news and videos on your Rockford IceHogs, visit the official website home, IceHogs.com. Fans can also purchase tickets and merchandise or visit the IceHogs social media channels. That's IceHogs.com.
Become a fan of the IceHogs on Facebook at Facebook.com/Rockford IceHogs. Join our conversation on Twitter at Twitter.com/Go IceHogs, and follow us on Instagram at Instagram.com/Rockford IceHogs.
8:26 to go in the third period of action. The Rockford IceHogs leading the Hershey Bears 3-2. Joseph Zakshesky with you alongside Patrick Williams, covering the American Hockey League for NHL.com. Be sure to follow him on Twitter at PWilliamsNHL, and also all the great features that he puts out on NHL.com. That most recent one talking about the NHL Trade Deadline coming up, as Hershey will beat out an icing call, and the linesman is going to blow the play dead rather early. That's happened a couple of times here tonight. Hershey testing their luck with some speed plays and won't get the benefit here in an offensive zone faceoff coming for the IceHogs. Shots 37-13. Hershey just trying to generate offensive zone time any way they can. But now a draw will come to the glove hand side of goaltender Vitek Vanacek. IceHogs working the puck right to left here in the third. Tyler Sakura in to take this face-off for Rockford. He'll go toe-to-toe with Zach Sill. Sill, 10th-year pro, third with the Bears, formerly of the Pittsburgh Penguins organization in Wilkes-Barre Scranton. So he got his pro career started and knows this rivalry all too well between Wilkes-Barre Scranton and Hershey. Bears able to get it out of their own zone. They'll bring it down the right wing boards. Williams loses his footing at the near circle, and Sakura will take it away. Tyler Sakura, left wing side. He'll punch it along for Andreas Martinson. Martinson, the lone ranger out there for the IceHogs. He'll just dump it down and now gets a turnover right at the blue line. He was heading off for a change. Now he'll just throw it even further down. 7.5 to play in the third. Hershey trying to break it out left wing. Travis Boyd gets it over his own blue line, met by a wall of IceHog forwards on the attack, and Luke Johnson will handle it now, put it on over to Adam Clendenning. Clendenning, an assist tonight, now has him tied with Brian Connolly for most assists and points by an IceHog defenseman. Now looking to set a new record. Most assists at 110, most points at 134. In his second stint with the IceHogs, after coming over in a trade with the Arizona Coyotes now a little while ago. Laurent Dauphin from Rockford back to Arizona, where he just was last season in that organization. And of course, Clendenning moved around a little bit, was Tucson the start of this season, and now makes his way back to the IceHogs. Well, Patrick, we talked about it a little while ago off air, but the NHL trade deadline coming up. We've addressed that a few times over that, but both teams, both the Bears and the IceHogs, trying to adjust depending on what their NHL clubs are going to do. But also, there's that second deadline you mentioned that is also coming up. Tell us a little bit about that fans don't quite get as much, spotlight as the NHL trade deadline would be.
Yeah, in the AHL, you get a 2-for-1 deal as far as deadlines. You get a week later, the following Monday. AHL teams, after the dust settles with the NHL roster, they can tweak, they can make moves. Last season we saw Toronto. They made several moves at the deadline in a bid to go into the playoffs. So everything shapes out here. Teams, NHL comes first, but then the AHL, they can reshuffle some players at that time.
Be interesting to see what happens there. Of course, you can, if it's an NHL contract, you got to get permission from the NHL clubs to maybe move them around. We've seen that happen a few times, and obviously Hershey, they did a big deal with Hartford that we've talked about a couple of times here tonight. So time will tell here the next couple of weeks to see who has what moving down the backstretch in what's always an exciting month of March across the professional hockey landscape. Under 6 minutes to play here in the third period. It is a 3-2 Rockford IceHog lead over the Hershey Bears here tonight. William Peltier, right wing side, brings it out to center ice for the Hogs. Down the far wall, will throw it across the ice. Comes on to Tyler Lewington. Lewington, he'll just sail this one out to center ice. Turns it right over to Tyler Sakura. Sakura pushes it ahead. Has his man in Chris DiDomenico. And now we're going to get ourselves a whistle late as the IceHogs were setting up shop in the offensive zone. Too many men on the ice against the IceHogs. Hershey was barking for a whistle to come. And they will indeed get it. It took a while to make the call, but the Bears will get a power play out of this. It'll be their 7th of the game, and it comes at a key time. 5.5 to go in the third, and IceHogs leading by just a single tally. So 7th power play here. You're talking about playing a little bit with fire now. Meanwhile, on the other side, Rockford, they have 5 power plays tonight. They're 1 for 5 as the faceoff comes all the way down to the left side near wall of goaltender Colin Delia. Hershey will win this one. Here's Boyd. He scored the most recent tally for the Bears. He and Liam O'Brien, their 2 tallies tonight. Boyd goes across the ice, shot fired, and off the crossbar. Aaron Ness rips one from the top of the far circle, and Delia could not come up with it. Back over to Barber, he scores. So what Ness couldn't finish, Riley Barber steps in and tucks it over a sprawled out goaltender. And Hershey has tied things up at 3, and that didn't take long, just 19 seconds on the power play. And for the 3rd time tonight, we are all tied up.
Hershey loves on that power play. They love to move it, work it over to the left side, either put a shot on net there or cross ice real fast. We saw that twice now tonight, where it's really hard for Rockford's power or penalty kill to defend against that.
Delia just could not shuffle across the rink-wide pass. He had traffic in front. That was Nathan Walker on the doorstep that really shielded his vision, and he wasn't able to shuffle across until it was too late. And Riley Barber able to send it past him. Now the IceHogs off the restart come crashing in on Vitek Vanacek. The net goes over top of him, falls forward. Vanacek able to duck out of the way. Dangerous for a goaltender. You got to watch out, make sure that crossbar doesn't land on your back. And that'll bring a gathering. Matthew Highmore getting ripped out of a pile of personnel without a helmet. Luke Johnson in the mix as well, and that's going to create a stoppage in what will be now a face-off that'll come out to center ice. No penalties on the play, but certainly a little rise in tension between the two clubs, which you have had steadily growing throughout the contest. For two teams that back in October saw each other for the very first time, and then here tonight wrap up a very quick 2-game series. They've been playing like longtime rivals against each other. So the restart will be just over the Hershey blue line. 4:52 left here in this 3rd period. 3-3 game. The Bears get some power play tallies to fight back in this one. Boyd at 6:35 and then Barber at 14:53. Here in the 3rd period. To even up the scoring, William Peltier. The lone IceHog goal here in this final frame. Well, now Rockford going to try and battle back and grab the lead for the 4th time. Hershey, however, they're not going to try and play to grab a lead of their own. IceHogs swinging it up the right wing glass. William Peltier pulling this one all the way into the offensive zone. Far wing, dumps it cross corner for Anthony Lewis. Could not come up with the puck. Hershey right side, they'll chip it up the near boards, and Jeremy Langlois, the former IceHog, will have this one up over top and actually land in the Hershey bench. Garrett Mitchell had to duck out of the way, but he will get out of the way at the very last moment. Garrett Mitchell, another fun story from the tail end of last season. 7th-year pro, all with Hershey and Washington. And on the final game of the NHL regular season last year, Washington called him up for his first National Hockey League call-up. He would make his NHL debut, go on the starting lineup. Nicholas Backstrom, the superstar, one of the superstars of the Capitals, would intentionally get tossed out of the opening faceoff so Garrett Mitchell can take it. And then, of course, it's the final game, so it's fan appreciation night. They raffle off jerseys, and Garrett Mitchell, it's his parents. They had it set up to his parents would win his jersey. So a lot of fun for him on the last day of the season in his NHL debut with the Washington Capitals. Penalty call coming up once again. A cross check being signaled by the back referee. Hershey was moving left to right and into the offensive zone, and this cross check is going to go against the IceHogs and Andreas Martinson. So the Bears to the power play for the 8th time tonight. They are 2 for 7. They converted on their last 2. Draw to the right side of Colin Delia. Crunch time now for the Rockford IceHogs. And Hershey sensing a change in the air, if you will. Going to try and go up for the first time this evening. Just 14 shots on goal for them here tonight. IceHogs, they have 38. Draw to the right side of Delia. Face-off controlled by the Hogs, but they cannot clear. Held in at that left wing point. Here's Aaron Ness. He'll throw it into the far corner. Nathan Walker going in after it. Lost his footing. That actually wipes out the defender. And Travis Boyd will pick it up. Brings it around to the near corner. Out to the blue line. But a quick pass goes right back to Boyd. Brings it down to the bottom of the right circle. Centered it out in front. Ness trying to get a piece of it. Sneaking in from that left point. Just could not do so. IceHogs collecting the far corner. Now they're just going to try and get rid of it. Robin Norell up the near wall. He will slide it all the way. And the Hogs will make a line change here. 35 seconds off the penalty kill clock for the IceHogs this evening. 2:56 to go in the third. William Peltier, 2 goals this evening. He does have a hat trick this year. Scored it in Ontario against the Rain down in Southern California. And that was game number 1 of what was a long 6-game road trip, longest of the year. That was back in January. Hershey right wing side. They'll dump it into the near corner, and IceHogs will catch it as it comes around the far wing. Here's Cody Franson, coughs it up. Boyd will flip it out on the backhand. Boyd goes over to the near wing. He's got his target in Barber. Race shot to the front of the net. Delia had it broken up. Some defensemen standing in front of him, and Gustav Forsling will collect. Now spins it out to center ice. Puck turned over. Oh, my goodness. Ness almost gave that right to Tyler Sakura. And if he'd been able to collect it, that would have been potentially a 2-on-1, if not 2-on-0. Him and John Hayden both were heading off for line changes, however. So now the IceHogs will just blast it on down. 18 seconds to go on this penalty kill here for Rockford. Wayne Simpson up ahead. Has his man in Connor Hobbs. Hobbs lost his footing. Another clear coming for the Hogs, this time off the stick of Raddish and Highmore. So now out of the box comes Andreas Martinson. The IceHogs have successfully killed off this opportunity for the Bears. They drop to 2 for 8, Hershey does. Hershey still pushing the puck into the offensive zone, however. Anthony Lewis has this one tip away. Comes out to center briefly, but Hershey tags back up. Here's Sill, left wing side, on to Hobbs, top of the far circle. Hobbs met by the shoulders of Andreas Martinson. Spins off a shot right as Martinson closes in, hits off the outside of the net. Skips off the goal skirt, and Jeremy Langlois tries to dig it free, but coming onto it is Martinson, and they'll just push it out to center ice for Anthony Lewis. Lewis trying to catch Vanacek wandering. Vanacek had to wait for that puck to safely go back behind the net. 1 minute to go here in the third. IceHogs with it. It's Adam Clendenning. Keeps the puck in the offensive zone from the far point. Clendenning, cross corner dump. Has his man. That's going to be Chris DiDomenico. Fans over top of the pass. Now centers it. Nobody there but Hershey defenders. And they'll just waltz their way to the neutral zone and dump it down. 37 seconds left here in regulation time. These two teams tied up at 3. IceHogs down the right wing from out of their own zone. They'll dump it on in, but it'll quickly just rim around the boards and come right back out. Here's Clendenning again. Far wall. He'll throw it into the right wing corner. Catches an edge, comes up the left side. Luke Johnson pinned up against the boards. In comes Tyler Sakura. 15 seconds left to the blue line for Cody Franson. Holds it in. Now just rims it around the board. Sakura behind the net will catch. On to Johnson in the left wing corner. Tyler Johnson shoved from behind. Puck stays with him, however. Johnson, top of the dot for Hayden. On to Franson. Wrister blocked by Walker as the horn sounds. And that'll signal the end of regulation time. The Hershey Bears battle back. The IceHogs had the lead 3 separate occasions, but Hershey ties it thrice over. And it's a 3-3 contest heading into overtime. Let's go ahead and Quickly recap the game scoring. Hershey went up 1-0 on a short-handed goal from Matthew Highmore at 12.5 into the first period. But then Hershey had an answer at 13:25 of the second. Liam O'Brien to make it 1-1. And then William Peltier, about 4 minutes after that, he would score on the power play, his 8th of the year at 17:46. So it was 2-1 IceHogs at the end of 2 periods. And Hershey made it 2-2. Boyd on the power play would even things up, but then Peltier, a little over a minute later, will grab his 2nd of the game, 9th of the season, to make it 3-2. But then Riley Barber on the power play will make it where we are now, 3-3. That coming at 14:53. Taking a peek at the overtime numbers, the IceHogs are 4-3 in overtimes this year. Last time they had to skate through it was on January 17th at Cleveland, and actually went to a shootout. Last overtime decision against Manitoba a little while back for the Hershey Bears. They are 2-3 in overtime. Last overtime decision for them, February 11th. A 3-2 overtime win against Rochester. That's their last overall appearance as well. So both teams guaranteed a point for the Hershey Bears. They're now going to have points in 6 straight. Will it turn into a 6-game winning streak? But certainly a resilient bunch, Patrick, for Hershey to want to continue this momentum moving forward.
Well, 2 weeks ago, they were pretty much, they were left for dead. They had gone on a real slump that lasted close to probably a good 6 weeks. Lost 12 of 13, had a 9-game pointless streak. They were openly talking about that, that they were going to start getting ready for next season, start playing some of the younger guys. They've turned that around, though, in the last 2 weeks here. Ever since that trade with Hartford, really kind of just shuffled up a lot of things with this team, and they've done it all without Chris Bourque. So now they get Chris Bourque coming back next week. That's absolutely a massive addition to have the MVP from 2 years ago come into your lineup.
So 3-on-3 overtime. Goaltenders will switch. Colin Delia in net for the IceHogs down to our left. He has faced 14 Hershey shots tonight for the IceHogs. They've been trying to pepper Vitek Vanacek as much as they can. They have put 38 on him. Vanacek to my right-hand side. So the IceHogs left to right skating here in the overtime period. Anthony Lewis out there with Gustav Forsling and William Peltier. A little miscommunication by the IceHogs on the attack, and that'll lead to a delayed offside, and the puck will be turned over. Here come the Hershey Bears down the left wing. Nathan Walker brought it to the attacking blue line. Now he'll turn it over, and William Peltier will swim away. Peltier waiting for some reinforcements. His line mates were going off for a change here. He's got Adam Clendenning. Clendenning will just pull this one back out to center. Peltier need to make a change here. He goes up the middle. Now Chris DiDomenico has a step. DiDomenico looking to get a shot away, but the puck rolled off his skates. Bumped into the officials. Now goes behind the net for Matthew Highmore. Good burst there by DiDomenico. Highmore with the puck, though. Goes between the face-off circles. Wide loops for the young rookie for the IceHogs. Matthew Highmore, left wing side. Now swings it into the corner. Comes out the other end. Out to the right wing point for Adam Clendenning. He will pull it back to the red line. Highmore's going to go off for a change here. Out comes John Hayden. Up the middle for DiDomenico again. You know he would love another crack at it. DiDomenico, left wing, has his man in Adam Clendenning. Clendenning to the far corner. Back to DiDomenico. Cannot hold on to it, and now a foot race to the loose puck. Hershey's going to fight this one off, and DiDomenico able to get one last defensive effort and get the puck back. If the IceHogs hurry, they'll have numbers the other way. Indeed, they will. Hayden being joined by DiDomenico. Hayden fires, scores! John Hayden, low stick side, the winner for the IceHogs here in overtime. That's what I love about 3-on-3, Patrick. You get one rush the other way, you cough it up, you miss the net, it turns into another the other direction. And John Hayden down the right wing just barrels his way and forces this one underneath the stick of Vitek Vanacek, the game winner for the youngster out of Yale University, and that was a dandy of a shot, low stick side. IceHogs prevail 4-3 in overtime.
Beautiful shot, great finish right there from the right circle hash mark. And like you said, it goes to show you that you stop that chance coming down your way, and if you can turn it around fast enough, you have a 2-on-1, which is what they had there, and with a shot like that, you can win a game like that real fast. So the IceHogs prevail here tonight in overtime
over the Hershey Bears by a final of 4-3. Be sure to stick around for the IceHogs post-game show. Rockford ends this Pennsylvania 2-game swing on a high note. We'll be back with more from Giant Center. You're listening and watching Rockford IceHogs hockey on the IceHogs Broadcast Network.